MLS, of course, we're going with our boy Cassius Mailula. Cash money. Finally got some minutes. Played the last 10 minutes, of course. Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of The Corner Flag. And you are here with your favorite host, Shane. And today we will be doing our weekly roundup of our boys who are, of course, playing overseas. And we're going to go ahead and start with our boys from the MLS, right? Starting, of course, with our boy. Let's start with Mongi, actually. I think I've been actually very excited to see his progress throughout. He started a little bit late to the season, of course, coming back. And he has been sort of replaced by Clark, right? But because it has been international break, Sangbin has been gone, of course, went over to international duty. So that allowed Mongi, of course, to, get his place back. And I think he's been proving himself to his coach. He's been playing really, really well. Assisting, scoring, and just being a nuisance, man. So it's really, really nice to see what it is that he has been able to accomplish, of course. And our next boy that we're going to be talking about is Oluwetu Makanya. Unfortunately, was not in the match day squad for Philadelphia Union as they won 2-1 against Nashville. I believe they were playing against Nashville in that game. So congratulations to Philadelphia. But Oluwetu wasn't a part of it, unfortunately. So I think he still needs to work a little bit harder to earn his place in the first team. For now, he has been in the reserve team. So let's just hope that, he can just get fast-tracked to the first team, of course. And the next player that we're going to be talking about, of course, is Blom, who was in action for St. Louis SC. He did come back, of course, in the previous game, and now he played even more minutes. So it was great to see our boy back, even rocking a new hairstyle, of course. So yeah, it's been great to see the stopper, of course, doing his thing, doing what we best know him for, of course, and that is stopping play. And of course, they went 0-0 against Dallas. They haven't had an electric season as they've had last season, but I don't think that they fell off too much, right? I don't think that they're doing too bad, actually. In fact, I think that they're doing really, really, really good because last year they just overperformed. It's kind of like one of those seasons that Leicester had when they won the Premier League and just surprised everyone, So I think it's that similar type of season that St. Louis City SC had. But yeah, Bradley Carnell has been building a hell of a team over there, has some really, really good players in there. Adeniran has been a fantastic striker for the team, of course. Ostrak also. Klaus. Wow, yeah, Klaus is deceptively good. He doesn't look like he's as good as he is, but wow, yeah, Klaus is absolutely amazing. Jackson as well. So yeah, has some really, really good players in there, and we're still excited to see where this project goes. And for our final player, who is playing in the MLS, of course, we're going with our boy Cassius Mailula. Cash money. Finally got some minutes. Played the last 10 minutes, of course. Coming on with Akinola for Toronto FC. Unfortunately, they did lose that game 4-0. And one of the biggest highlights Cassius had was him running back. Trying to catch a striker, and they scored against a run of play. I think they had like a corner at the time, and who leaves Cassius Mailula as the last player? You can't even blame him for that, right? But yeah, it was great to see our boy almost scored as well. So, all things considered, even though he only had 10 minutes on the field, I think he played really good. Really, really good. Got himself into good position, and yeah, almost scored, bro. I don't think there's much more we could have asked of him, especially if he only got 10 minutes. But I do think that we are going to see a lot more from him going forward, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Especially because Insigne is still out, unfortunately. And yeah, man, Benedeschi, it's too much of a load for him. It's too much of a load. John Herdman needs to come up with a plan. At this current point in time, it's very easy to even prepare for Toronto FC. I think that's the main issue. Right now, it's like, okay, Bernardeschi has to save us. So if you're an opponent, all you have to do is stop Bernardeschi, right? So I think that's one of the situations right there. I think also the number 9 situation is still a little bit weird. DeAndre Kerr, Akinola, and Prince Owusu haven't each done enough, man. Like they're trying. Prince Owusu does do well here and there, but none of them has really done enough to claim that number 9 position as their own. So I think that's kind of one of the biggest struggles that they have. Tyrese Spicer and Shaquille Marshall already, of course, also very, very good in defense, especially on the fullback positions. So yeah, I think, you know, they do have a few building blocks, but John Herdman just needs to come up with other strategies, except let's just throw it all on the Italian, right? We need another strategy, otherwise Toronto FC is going to have a repeat of what they had last season. But apart from that, as I said, it was great to see our boy Cassius Mailula back on the field. Hopefully he does get more minutes, and I think he will definitely provide a goal scoring option for Toronto FC. He deceptively is very good at finishing. That's one thing that Cassius does very, very well. He puts himself in the right spaces. He's a very good poacher, right? He's a very, very good poacher. Puts himself in the right positions, and he's not very bad at scoring as well. He's actually quite good at that. So I think over time, as he gets more opportunities, he will definitely prove himself, and John Herdman will have to do the right thing more often. But yeah, that brings us to the end of our video for today. Oh no, it doesn't bring us. We have one more person. We have one more person that we forgot, and that of course is Lyle Foster, who came back for Burnley FC, of course. This time coming on and playing the full game. He did play the full game against Chelsea last season because Fofana, of course, could not play against his parent club. But yeah, Lyle did very, very well, of course. Was played a little bit out of position, right? He was played on the right wing, and Otto Bay was played as a striker. So for me, it was kind of confusing. What's the vision behind it? Why are you playing a striker as a winger and a winger as a striker? Granted, Lyle Foster has played in that position before, so he played really, really well. Even though he was being played as a right winger, he played really, really well. You know, he was active both in defense and attack as well. Barely made mistakes as well. You know, showed his ability, dribbled as well. It was unfortunate that Burnley did, of course, come to a 1-0 defeat to Everton through a weird goal. But yeah, it's unfortunate. These things happen in football, but for Burnley, it's a mistake that they really can't afford, especially considering the fact that they're fighting relegation. But apart from that, as I said, it was really nice to see our boy back on the field as well. Lyle Foster, of course, even though he was played out of position, we did see a pretty good game out of other players as well. Asenyan, it was good to see him, but it felt like Foster was doing a lot of the work for him as well. He wasn't there, you know, he wasn't there sometimes. O'Shea, okay, played good. Muric was okay, except for the mistake that led to the goal. Josh Cullen has always been amazing in the middle of the park as well. Fofana sometimes tries too much. It's a hit and miss with him. He does score, but he does have some awful plays sometimes. But yeah, you know, hopefully in the next game we'll see if they can improve upon their performance. It wasn't too bad. It just, you know, just sheer dumb luck, I guess. But yeah, this brings us to the end of our video for today. Thank you so much all for tuning in. And we are on our road to 500. So thank you for all those who have been subscribing. I do see all of yours are coming in numbers. So thank you all so much. And let's keep growing the community, man. You know, we are trying to save South African football. You know, that's what it is, bro. So yeah, road to 500. Please don't forget to sub, share, and like the video. But until next time, we'll see you in the next episode of The Corner Flag.